Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Daily Rates Live with the Mortgage Calculator. Today, we're going to go through our live rates, and then we are going to talk about VA loans. So, doing some basic stuff here today. Give us just a moment here to go live on all the different platforms, but I appreciate everybody tuning in nice and early and dropping comments in there. Definitely appreciate it. All right, it looks like we're live on all the different platforms, so we'll go ahead and get it started here. What we'll do is we'll take the chat off the screen for now, but go ahead and keep dropping comments there in the chat. Also, drop any questions you have in the chat as we go through our deep dive topic here today. All right, so welcome everyone. My name is Kyle Hershey. I'm the COO of the Mortgage Calculator, joined here by our president, Nick Hershey, and our sales manager, Jose Gonzalez. We are a lender that specializes in non-QM loans. And what we do every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern on this show is go through our live rates. And then we do a deep dive into a different loan type. And today's loan type is going to be VA loan. So Jose will take us through that here shortly. But before we do that, we'll do what we do every morning, which is go through our actual live rates. So Nick, if you're ready, let's go ahead and pull up the rates today and see what they're looking like.
All right. So yesterday we did have some not so great news for economy, but good news for rates. So rates are looking good today. We will look at the rates for today. It is June 6th, just after 11 a.m. So all the standard programs are live, and we'll compare the APR across the program using the same scenario. So we'll set up a 500,000 loan amount for all the demos you'll see. 500,000 purchase, 400,000 loan amount, which corresponds to 80% loan, 20% down payment. We'll set all the demos to a 760 estimated FICO credit score and an estimated 40% debt to income ratio. And when we get to the DSCR loans, we will use a ratio of 1.5. So with those basic settings, we'll compare the APR across the program. If you would like a full breakdown of all the itemized fees that go into the APR, please get with our team members. We have over 300 loan officers to help you out. Let me go ahead and share my screen though, so we can check out the actual rates today. All right. So first option is typically the first quote we would quote most borrowers looking for a primary home are conventional options. So rates today come in at 6.49. Final APR comes in at 6.802, which is a little bit lower than yesterday. So we'd love to see that go down. Remember, just a couple weeks ago, we were well above 7. So amazing to see these rates continue to go down. Now, if for any reason our customer doesn't qualify for conventional, typically the next option we want to compare is an FHA option, which allows a little more leniency on credit issues, as well as a higher debt to income ratio, but does have a funding fee, upfront mortgage insurance and yearly mortgage insurance as well. Rates as low as 5.75, and the final APR comes in at 6.711 when you add in all of the mortgage insurance costs there. So when you compare both side by side, a customer that qualifies for both may want to check out FHA as well. And our customers that need to use FHA, it's right around the same cost as conventional. So great options there. Now moving on to our VA options. So Jose is going to go into a deep dive today on our VA options, but our standard scenario here to compare across is only for our vets and active service members that are eligible, but VA programs are amazing. Basic scenario here starts at 5.875 rate, final APR 6.171. So notice this is much lower than FHA or conventional. So our vets that do qualify or active service members that do qualify, definitely great options. And Jose will show some tips and tricks on these here in a minute. Now moving on to our last agency government option, USDA. Remember, USDA is only eligible for USDA areas. So yeah, if you're shopping in those typically rural areas and it is eligible, definitely a great option. For those properties that are eligible, 5.625 rate. Final APR comes in at 6.371 with all of the funding fees and costs. So when you compare this to an FHA, definitely USDA much better than an FHA if our customers comparing across, and definitely better than conventional as well. So for those properties and areas that are eligible and our borrowers that are eligible, USDA is a great option. Now, if for any reason our customer doesn't qualify for any of these standard agency government options, many other banks or lenders have to deny that customer's loan, but that's where we love to present our 5,000 plus alternatives. So first up here, 30-year fixed non-QM alt doc option for primary. So if our customer doesn't qualify with standard documentation, this alt doc option will allow bank statement, 1099, P&L, asset related programs. So we do episodes on all those different options. Typically, this option we're looking at here is probably a bank statement or similar. So rates today come in at 6.99 for these options using alt docs, and our final APR at 7.322. So notice if we're comparing to conventional, if our customer just can't qualify conventional and needs to use alternative docs, this is within about a half a point of conventional. So a great option for our customers that need to use it. Definitely very affordable and can still get them in that home they really want. And now moving on to our investors. So first up for investment properties using alternative docs. Same thing. This is probably a bank statement or similar option. Typically, the lowest rate options are 7.375 rate. Final APR 7.731 for an investment property. Moving on to our other investment options. So there are no government options available. So we do have our conventional option, but no USDA, VA, or FHA for investments. But conventional comes in at 7.375 today. Final APR 7.713. So very comparable to alt doc as well. But definitely recommend our customers check out our favorite options, our DSCR options, no income, no employment needed. We simply use the estimated rental income to determine a DSCR value. If the estimated rents can cover the expenses, aka the property cash flows, that's a ratio of 1 or higher. As I mentioned before, for the demo, we use a ratio of 1.5 so we can see all the programs pop up. So first up is our DSCR option with a 3-year prepayment penalty. Rates come in as low as 7.25. Final APR 7.573, which actually beats conventional, which is absolutely amazing to have no employment, no income needed, and still beat conventional rates. And we can make it even sweeter. We have our 5-year prepayment options for some programs where we can lower the rates even more. Rates come in today 6.875. Final APR 7.214, which blows conventional out of the water. So definitely recommend our investors check these options out. And the final DSCR option, some investors do not want a prepayment penalty. Some states do not allow it as well, so no problem. There are options. Rates as low as 7.75. Final APR 8.115. So notice that's a touch more than conventional if there's no prepay. So if our investors can't allow it, definitely recommend to take advantage of the prepayment penalty. You see how much better the rates get with those options. And our final options here that we'll show are 30-year fixed second mortgage. These are our non-QM second mortgage options. So great for our borrowers that don't want to touch their first mortgage and still want to get cash out. So a lot of people have very low rate first mortgages and do not want an adjustable HELOC. So these are our fixed rate second mortgages coming in at 9.5% rate today. Final APR 9.983. And the final option here that shows up for our 40-year fixed DSCR. So for our investors that wanted to extend the amortization and maximize cash flow, this is a great option with a 3-year prepayment penalty. Comes in at 7.75 rate. Final APR 8.058. So that's just a touch more than conventional to use 40-year amortization, which is a pretty amazing option. But now let me switch our screens again. And we're going to get into today's topic. As I mentioned, Jose we'll pull up our VA loans. When we do our live demo, we pull up a basic scenario, which is not typically the scenario for VA. So Jose will show all the different tips and tricks and advantages of the VA program, since there are lots of ways to utilize this. So Jose, let's check out some actual ways we'll use this program as opposed to our live demo, which is just a simple basic scenario.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us for Daily Mortgage Rates with the Mortgage Calculator. Today, we're honoring our service members, both active military and retired veterans. The VA loan, which is from the Department of Veterans Affairs, are loans specifically only for our veterans and active military, which offer preferential rates, high LTVs, lower credit scores, no mortgage insurance. And if you have at least a 10% service-related disability, then you also will not pay a funding fee, right? So great benefits here with the VA. So let's get right into it because I have many options to share with you today. So our first option, jumping right into it here, is a VA purchase, 1 unit purchase, and that is not a typo. 500 is our minimum credit score. We do have options that don't add any overlays and let us go down to a 500 credit score on a purchase, 100% LTV. So we do have options there. We got 8.125, and actually I had pulled up a different one and it didn't pull up, but you get the idea. It's 7.99. Actually, the system is messing up the numbers because 7.99 was showing 2.499 in my grid, and 8.125 was showing 2.699 in my grid. So 8.125 is your lowest cost option, and 7.99 lowest rate option. Don't know why the system put it like that, but that's how it is. So let's go to our standard FICO score option here. This is not a low FICO score. I ran these with a 740 credit, and you're looking at 6.75 as your lowest cost option, costing 0.199. There was an option with a little bit of a lender credit, but it was all the way up at 7.125. So actually, I just think that for 0.199, getting 0.375 lower rate is a great option. So 6.75 lowest cost option, and you can buy it down all the way to 5.875 for our VA purchase, 100% LTV, standard credit scores, and that's for a 1 unit property. Great news, no loan level price adjustments for a VA loan on a 2 to 4 unit property. Now, what I will state is once you go to the multi-units, there may be FICO score overlays added by the investor where you're submitting your loan. So do keep an eye out on that. This one, we ran it at the standard FICO score. And as you can see, same rates as the 1 unit, 6.75 at a cost of 0.199. And our lowest rate option, 5.874, same as the 1 unit property. So this was our 500 credit score purchase. Now I got some great news. Some of you may not be aware that VA does have a renovation loan option. So I ran this one at a 700 credit score, 100% LTV, and we have some great rates there. 7.75 is a cost of 0.574, and you can buy that down all the way to 6.125. And for those of you that may not be aware, the renovation loan allows you to purchase a property that may have property-related conditions and allow you to close on that property and also finance the renovations needed to bring the property up to code, for example, or just simply want to buy a house and want it to be your dream home. So you want to finance the kitchen renovation and the bathrooms renovation, some flooring, some new appliances. You know, you're going to finance the renovation along with the purchase so that your home becomes your dream home, right? So this is the dream home maker, the renovation loan, and also the loan that you can use to buy a foreclosed property with property-related condition issues that would not normally let you close on the regular loan without a renovation feature. The renovation feature lets you close on those properties that have those code violations. So very good option here with a 700 plus credit. And then I also ran the same loan scenario with a 580 credit, just so you can compare. 7.75 rate here costs us 1.699, and the 7.75 rate here costs us 0.574. So you can still do it down to a 580, just a little bit of a loan level price adjustment because of the credit score, but still a great option. The renovation loan, the dream home maker. And as if you didn't have enough, now we have the one-time close. Now this is the amazing option that allows for a ground-up construction loan, essentially, that converts to the permanent and loan all in one loan. Hence the name, one-time close. Save on the closing costs of getting a construction loan and then having to refinance into your end loan. This allows you to do it all in one deal. No experience required, no investor experience or building experience required from the borrower, but definitely you need to have a qualified contractor, both for this product and for the renovation loan. You need to have qualified contractors, as they're the ones that are going to have all of the experience. So one-time close also would allow you, we get this question every now and then, the one-time close will allow you to purchase the land, right, and build the property. But in this case, would allow you to purchase the land, and also if you want to have that property be a manufactured home, a brand new manufactured home from the factory, that's possible. You buy the land, you buy the brand new manufactured home from the factory, they deliver it in two pieces to the property, they put it together, they permanently affix it to the land, you get your affidavit of a fixture, and now you have a mobile home that just transitioned into a manufactured home because now it has real property attached to it, a folio number, all that kind of good stuff. The one-time close loan will allow that to become a reality. So now let's go with some VA cash out options. Now, VA has a 90% option and a 100% high LTV cash out option. So the first one we're presenting to you here is a 90% LTV option. And you got 6.6, my rates got messed up here, I'm so sorry. 7.125 is at par, and you can buy that down to 5.875 for your 90% LTV refi. Now here is 100%. This is the one that really everyone wants to look at because depending on the equity position on that property, how long ago they purchased it. Remember that was purchased with 100% financing. If there was a funding fee, that's an extra 2.15% added there. So definitely want to make sure you can make the mark here, but 100% LTV, 7.125 is your lowest cost option. 6.375 lowest rate option for the 100% LTV cash out refi. And now we have our cash out refi with a 580 credit score, right? And there we have 7.625 at a cost of 2.574 points. This is for a 1-unit property. And then last but not least, we have our 2 to 4 unit 100% LTV cash out 580 credit score option. That's a mouthful here. And look at the great rates we have there, right? 6.75, almost at par, at a cost of 0.199. And you can buy that down all the way to 5.875 for your 2 to 4 unit cash out refi, 100% LTV, 580 credit scores. So definitely look to VA as one of your low FICO score or high LTV borrower solutions.
All right, thank you, Jose. Let's see here. I do not see any questions in the chat. No, no questions? Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and wrap it up then. Remember, we do this at 11 a.m. Eastern every weekday where we go through our live rates and then do a deep dive into a different loan type. So we'll be back with a new loan topic tomorrow. Appreciate everybody tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern, for the next episode of